vola angwela o veteronugu, ako itabua. Ako do talitaina na barongo na Bula FM, nambandu na seri.
Bula, alang gonoa, ilutoka do talita ka ng Bula FM, berarti ni nambandu na seri.
Ni Bula binaka, nandraking ko sa Bula FM nga, na kasi.
Nalang ko sa mundo atibyo ng Bula FM, nambandu na seri nusuri.
Ni Bula binaka, nalang ko Jerry, yang melambasa, do barongo nga ng Bula FM, nambandu.
Bula FM, nambandu na seri.
In the news tonight, NDMO turns focus to damage assessment. Police continue search for missing teacher and daughter. And evacuees return home.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Teva Lendua.
The National Disaster Management Office is turning its attention to assessing damage in areas affected by Tropical Cyclone Tino, as well as ensuring recovery works by the relevant authorities. At the height of the Category 2 system, more than 3,000 Fijians sought shelter at more than 70 evacuation centres across the northern, eastern and central division. Maggie Boyle reports.
It's not as bad as we had that we were thinking. So
a sigh of relief. The Infrastructure Minister Chone Osomata explaining the focus now of emergency operations.
So our concern now is the people on the ground. We will need to have some damage assessments done, but that cyclone is on its way to Tonga.
Evacuations in most all cases, according to the NDMO director, was a safety measure.
Most of the evacuees are taking precaution. They are literally moving because of flooding. Their homes are prone to flooding. We thank them for taking the proactive approach and moving to safety.
And with the cyclone no longer a threat, a cleanup is high on the agenda.
Of all the evacuation centres that are open, 13 of them are schools. We are now working with the commissioners, with the 4 divisional commissioners, to ensure that the 13 schools are cleared before Monday when school resumes.
A damage assessment report in the aftermath of TC Tino is expected to be finalised in the coming weeks. Maggie Boyle, FBC News.
The Fiji Police Force continues to its search operation for a school teacher from Nuku Secondary School and his daughter. The two were believed to have been swept away by strong currents while trying to cross the Wainikavo Creek in Serua. Chief Operations Officer ACP Martino Giolevu has confirmed that the search operation continues, along with officers maintaining their presence at various locations to provide assistance when needed. Kritika Kumar reports.
The Chief of Operations has highlighted that officers were also monitoring the movement of people and the vehicles as part of their operation.
We have dedicated team for any assistance that is required in these operations, and for the routine we have our usual number, which is totaling close to about 400 to 500 people routine.
The force will also be taking Fijians for questioning for disregarding lawful advisories that were issued during the cyclone.
We will come hard on those that do not adhere to the advice that we're giving. Disobedience of lawful order, yes, that is something that we're looking at very seriously. Okay, and we are going to take action on those persons that committed, and also on those parents or guardians that do not look after their children.
The force has beefed up its security measures in all 4 divisions through increased patrolling and monitoring and making sure roads are safe for travellers. He adds some officers are also guarding the active evacuation centres. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Severe tropical cyclone Tino, a Category 3 system, was located 340 kilometers east-northeast of Oneilau at 12 p.m. today and is moving southeast at 19 knots towards the Tonga group. The Weather Office says on this track, the center of TC Tino is expected to be located about 420 kilometers east of Oneilau or 710 kilometers southeast of Lakemba at 12 a.m. tomorrow morning. TC Tino is moving away from Fiji towards Tonga. Flash flood warning previously in force for low-lying areas, small streams and flood-prone areas of southern and eastern parts of the larger islands and the Lau group has now been cancelled. The Weather Office says heavy rain warning remains in force for the southern and eastern parts of the larger islands, Lomaiviti and the Glau group. The low-lying flood-prone areas of Lambasa are some of the places most affected by the heavy rains brought on by TC Tino. The communities live beside the river, which often bursts its banks when there is heavy rain. Eleanor Turangaiviu has more.
Debris and a washed-out approach to the Mbombale Bridge in Bulileka outside Lambasa has prevented access to the main road for most farmers and businessmen. Dev Anand owns and operates a barber shop in Lambasa town and fears losing a day's income if he does not make it across today.
This morning when I left my home for work, I came to the bridge. There was all debris, and on the other side the road was thrown away, so I couldn't cross with my van. I'm still waiting for the bus to come so that I can go home to my workplace because I'm a businessman.
For 40-year-old farmer Muhammad Baksh, nothing was going to get in his way of getting his produce to the Lambasa market today.
The area is flooded most of the time whenever it rains. People walking unable to go to their jobs, and farmers also suffer as they have to carry their stuffs themselves. Most of the farmers are trapped.
At Indriketilele crossing, we were met with 56-year-old farmer Ravan Sharma, who has decided to take matters into his own hands after seeing that the approach at one end of the crossing was washed away.
I was just filling this with stone so that I can take my vegetables to the market. Due to heavy rain yesterday, I did not prepare. I have to prepare this road first, then I'm going to pick up some of my vegetables, then go to the market.
So this happens every time?
Every time. The bridge is okay. Every time the flood comes, this side wash it away.
The residents in the areas are requesting for government's assistance in finding a permanent solution to the continuous washouts at the crossings. Meanwhile, the Fiji Roads Authority is working to fix the washed-out approach at both crossings. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
Close to 3,000 people were taking shelter in 65 evacuation centers in the Northern Division as of this morning. According to the Northern Emergency Operations Center, majority of these people were only taking precautionary measures by moving in before TC Tino hit last night. Eleanor Turangaiviu reports.
All packed and ready to go. This family from Corvo settlement in Gelemumu outside Lambasa is returning home after spending the night at the Gelemumu Primary School Evacuation Center.
We were at home when there is strong wind, then we came to the school.
3 classrooms were opened up to take in families from the settlement who heeded the weather warnings and advisory and took shelter at the school before tropical Cyclone Tino hit.
About 6 families were here as evacuees, and we take precautions early.
According to the Northern Emergency Operations Center, 2,612 people were taking shelter in various evacuation centers across Vanuatu last night, majority of whom moved after hearing initial weather forecasts.
Last night there was not much strong winds, but due to the threat of flooding, we came to the school.
By 11 a.m., most of the evacuation centers were empty as people had gone back to their homes. Eleanor Turangaiviu, FBC News.
Up ahead, RFMF personnel deployed. And Rabuka villagers share TC Tino experience. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
A 54-member engineering contingent from the Republic of Fiji Military Forces, was deployed this morning to Australia. The troops will assist in combating Australia's bushfire crisis. The Prime Minister says at the same time, RFMF personnel are providing relief supplies to Fijians impacted by the heavy rains and flooding brought by Tropical Cyclone Tino. Kritika Kumar reports.
The Prime Minister says Australians have been there for Fiji in the aftermath of past disasters, and Fiji is proud to do the same in this time of great need.
It speaks to the capacity of the RFMF and the goodness of the Fijian character that we are willing and able to stand in solidarity with Australia while aiding our own citizens at home.
As Australians battle the bushfire crisis and Fijians recover from Cyclone Tino, Bainimarama says we are bearing witness to the powerful resilience of the Pacific spirit.
I have long said that we are all in the same canoe when it comes to combating climate change. While the climate emergency presents a new and frightening reality, if we paddle together, there is no challenge we cannot overcome.
The Prime Minister has thanked the troops and their families for their service and hopes their bravery help lift the Fijian and Australian people to their feet following these disasters. Kritika Kumar, FBC News.
Power supply in the Northern Division is expected to be normalized soon. Energy Fiji Limited's CEO Hasmukh Patel says Lambasa and Savu residents can expect their electricity supply to be restored tonight. Patel says while Tropical Cyclone Tino didn't cause any major damage to their network, normalizing supply in Taveuni will take longer.
Taveuni, what happened was, Taveuni we have what we call the Samo hydro scheme. So the generator actually went off last night, and so the whole area went blackout. Now we have to, as a result, we have to inspect all the lines to make sure nothing are broken. So we can't, but we have switched on the generator, and periodically we are inspecting the town. We have restored, and the hospital we have restored. I don't think it should take very long. Probably by the end of today, early tomorrow morning, we should be able to wrap up Taveuni.
Tropical Cyclone Tino left minimal damages in Taveuni and islands in the Lau group. The villagers have upped their game in readying themselves for natural disasters, and that was evident in the aftermath of TC Tino. Apinisa Wangairandovu with this report.
The 20 families in Romuninuku settlement in Taveuni did not have to run to evacuation centers as they have already taken proactive measures.
Our evacuation center is about a 20-minute drive from our settlement, but we prepared well for TC Tino as we have learned a lot from what TC Winston did in 2016.
Only one house had its roof blown, but that was fixed by villagers.
Other houses are safe. We managed to help out the family affected and also cleared the roads to Wairiki.
Meanwhile, villagers in Vanombalavu did not waste any time as they quickly put up shutters when warned.
None of the house here in Urane was affected. There is no casualties and we still have shutters which we will put down next week.
In Oneilau, TC Tino was treated like every other cyclone as villagers were quick to act for safety.
Breadfruits and root crops were the only thing affected. That should not be a worry because we should recover anytime soon.
Strong wind has died down in the Lau group as TC Tino, now a Category 3 cyclone, tracked towards Tonga. Apinisa Wangrandobu, FBC News.
Villagers in the Namuka district in Upper Maduwata woke up to a lot of fallen trees and damaged crops this morning. They had been pelted with heavy rain and strong winds since early yesterday afternoon. Eleanor Turangai View has more.
This is Ravuka village in Namuka at around 4 p.m. yesterday. The heavy downpour causing flooding along the road. This is the same spot this morning. The floodwaters already receded, leaving little damage.
The weather last night was one I had experienced after a long time and different from the others before. I am 66 years today, and that was one heavy downpour we had yesterday.
For many, the heavy rains and strong winds was a reminder of Tropical Cyclone Winston, but they are glad it wasn't very intense.
We had secured our home, nailed boards and hurricane shutters to avoid any damage, but the rain was pouring heavily and at one rate, accompanied by winds. We really felt it here.
When villagers of Matenandoi and Ravuka woke up this morning, only then did they see the extent of damage TC Tino had done around their villages.
There was no casualty, no home damaged, only our crops were damaged. The foods we depend on a daily basis, coconuts, bananas, breadfruit, they were badly affected.
For now, the villagers are collecting whatever they can from the damaged crop for Sunday lunch. Next week, the cleanup and replanting in their farms will then start. Elmo Turangayview, FBC News.
Ahead in sports, Baber leaves no stones unturned. And Daungunu scores 5 tries.
Hi, I'm Shamiza. And I'm Salma. We're from Nandi and we love Mirchi FM because it's hot.
My name is Rajnita Lata and I'm from Vatulaloba. और हम सब मिर्ची FM सुनता है because it's hot. Hi, my name is Vinita. I'm from Lambasa. I love listening to Mirchi FM. It's #1.
हमारा नाम सागर रेड्डी है. हम लोग स्कूल में, हम लोग घर में और कहीं भी रहता हम लोग खाली मिर्ची FM सुनता. Gold Town Tava में मिर्ची FM दागो मामा.
Mirchi FM. It's hot.
Fiji Airways 7's coach Gareth Baber is leaving no stones unturned as the side prepares for a tough tournament next weekend. Baber stressed the importance of maintaining discipline in the field and molding the players to change die-hard habits and behaviours. To help address the issue of discipline, the management team has implemented fines and punishment to players after training sessions. Baber says the players are concentrating on addressing this issue and are ready to put out a worthy performance in the next 2 legs.
But also working on the areas of our game that we know are going to have to be right and creating the tempo in our game, which we know is a hallmark of when we're successful.
Australian veteran 7 star Nick Malouf will lead his side to the Hamilton and Sydney Sevens, replacing Lewis Holland. After a successful 2018 stint with Leicester, Malouf will assume the full-time captaincy role with the side. Tale Matairakula with the story.
New Australia Sevens captain Nick Malouf says things will be business as usual as they prepare for the Hamilton Sevens.
We're pumped to get back out there in Hamilton. Obviously Cape Town was a bit disappointing for the squad, so really looking to rectify things in Hamilton.
Aussie Sevens coach Tim Walsh approached Malouf last year to suggest a return ahead of the Olympics in Tokyo.
Yeah, and a leadership reshuffle, just a bit of change of role. And underpinning every decision we ever make is around the performance of the team, so team first mentality. And we believe that this make-up is going to get the best out of the individuals.
Walsh adds with the new Sevens format, their biggest challenge is finishing on top of their pool.
We're all about process and one tournament, one game at a time. So our immediate focus is obviously Hamilton, and we do the right things here, we do the right things at the tournament, and we prepare without regret. We know that the outcome will sort of take care of itself.
The Aussies are drawn in Pool D with Fiji, Argentina and Samoa. The Hamilton Sevens kicks off next Saturday. Talimaterkula, FBC Sports.
Fiji-born Reds winger Filippo Daungunu scored 5 tries as his side thumped the Rebels 57-5 in their Super Rugby pre-season match. The former Lambasa football rep grabbed a hat-trick in the first half before adding a double in the second spell. Excitement was high with the Reds and confirmed just why Rugby Australia signed Daungunu to a long-term deal late last year. As 2 minutes into the match, he fended off a Rebels defender to score the Reds' first try. Former Fiji schoolboys reps Serpepeli Uru and Elisa Ndrosese were also part of the Reds' playing group. The Fiji Sports Commission has not received any request from the Fiji Football Association regarding a national futsal coach, but Fiji FA is saying it is finalizing the paperwork before seeking the Sports Commission's assistance. Aquila Dama reports.
The desire to have a full-time international futsal coach was confirmed at the Fiji FA Council meeting in Nandi last month, but until now the Fiji Sports Commission is awaiting any formal notification from the football's governing body.
We haven't received it yet. We haven't received any budgets or that from Fiji Football, but we have advised them that we will be assisting. They've only requested for their head coach, who will cover all the sports, all the divisions of football.
But today, Fiji FA Chief Executive Mohammed Yusuf confirmed they are working around the clock to submit their request as the Commission pays for overseas coaches.
So I just came back to work on Monday, and of course my president just came back yesterday from the US. Over the weekend we'll be putting a proposal to the Fiji Sports Council for Fiji to have a internationally qualified full-time futsal coach.
Yusuf says Fiji FA is serious about the development of futsal in the country.
Well, our target is the youth, especially we want to have school-based competition, because at the end of the year we have our OFC World Cup qualifying tournament for under-18 boys futsal.
The 2020 futsal season will start with a competition in Lautoka next Saturday. Aquila Dhama, FBC Sports.
The Fiji group is cleared from threats of Tropical Cyclone Tino from this evening. TC Tino has developed into a Category 3 and is tracking towards Tonga. The Category 3 cyclone was located to the east of the Lau group at about 240 kilometers from Lakemba. Looking at the west, Nadi, Lautoka and Ba, cloudy conditions were experienced in the division with some showers in the afternoon. Eastwards from Pacific Harbour to Suva, considerable cloudiness, becoming breezy this afternoon with a shower in the area late in the day. And up north, some showers or thunderstorm in spots this evening, otherwise mostly cloudy. At sea, a strong wind warning remains in force for the Fiji waters, east to southeast winds 20 to 25 knots, rough seas. For the tides, high tide is at 1:20 a.m. with low tide at 7:32 tomorrow morning. Sunrise will be at 6:44. For tomorrow, expect some showers to continue throughout the country with some thunderstorms in parts of the group. Further outlook, occasional showers and isolated thunderstorms. Recapping the main stories, NDMO turns focus to damage assessment. Police continue search for missing teacher and daughter, and the evacuees return home. For these stories and others, you can tune in daily to our sister radio station, Gold FM. To our poll question segment, this week we're asking, has it become more affordable to send children to school? Visit our FBC website to answer. You can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on our email, fbcnews@fbc.com.fj, or share it with us via our Facebook page, FBC News. Or you can also follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC News, or simply hashtag FBC News. And that was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe and good night.
Zola ngwela o veteronugu ako itabua ako do talitaina na barongo na Bula FM nambando na seri
Bula ang gonoa ilutoka do talita na Bula FM berarti nambando na seri
ni Bula binaka nanreke ngo sa Bula FM nga ena kasi
nalango sa mundo achiwe na Bula FM nambando na seri nusuri
ni Bula binaka nalango Jerry yang melambasa do barongo na Bula FM Bula FM, number 2 and seri.